there, I am ZDCap, and this is a good friend of mine.
I am Fortnite Dancer 105.
Yes, 100%, definitely. But we're going to be doing a, sort of best and easy frames to use in Warframe, and then, like, coming up to, like, the harder ones. But we're going to go in alphabetical order, giving them a, score out of 10. 1 being easy to use, and then 10 being quite difficult.
So we are starting off with Ash. We both have the primes.
Yes, yes, and we both have dank skins as well.
So how would you rank Ash out of 10? I'd personally put him as a relatively low frame, because I feel like he is, I feel like he's a very easy to use frame.
Yeah, because he's got, like, he starts off really good with his first ability. Then, of course, he can, like, teleport, like, behind enemies quite easily, and he can so he's got a lot of stuff that you can use. And then his passive is also about slash, so I'd say he'd be around, like, a 2.
Yeah,
2 out of 10.
2 or 1.
2 or a 1, yeah, because he's very easy to use. Like, he's too easy to use. Probably
I was gonna say, should we show off some of, like, the frame's abilities in use, or...?
Yeah, I'm just gonna change my frame ready to the next one, and we'll watch you do this one, and then I'll show off the next guy. Right, let's throw out, because I can also, like, cut some of this stuff out as well. Fuck it, let's throw out 19 butchers at, like, level 20. And we'll put it so they can attack. But we are invincible.
Yeah, okay. So, just to generally show off Ash's abilities. Here's his first ability.
I'm just throwing
That's
shurikens.
And obviously with the second you can go invisible. With his third you can teleport behind enemies to do stealth damage. And of course you've got the almighty broken Blade Storm.
Yeah. Blade Storm is just like an absolute fucking massacre crowd clearing.
It's called Delete the Enemies. Atlas.
Yeah. We both have atlases.
I have the regular, and you obviously have Prime.
Yeah, it took me a while to farm this fucking... Then again, farming all the primes are fucking twats anyway.
I have Solaire. I'm a Dark Souls cosplayer.
Yeah, and then I've kind of gone like, I am a fucking cop. Which I think kind of works. I'm sort of like a, what's his name?
Judge Dredd, maybe?
Sort of, yeah. But more on the Punisher side, like a Judge Dredd crossed with, like, the Punisher.
Oh, I can see that.
Mainly on the way I fucking, like, done all my colours, really.
Yeah.
Anyway, what would you rate him, this guy? Because he's not... Because he's tanky, so he really does help.
Not to mention he can't be knocked over. I would say Atlas is like... a 3.
Alright, I'm going to take our invincibility off, because, not going to lie, it doesn't quite show how tanky or frail they are, really. So yeah, 3 or 4. I'd say more on the 4 side, because... like, his abilities aren't amazing, and, like, you do mainly need to go in a certain direction for him to be very effective.
True, but the good thing about his first now is he gains more armor the more you use it, I believe.
He does not.
Oh, what's the rock circle above them? Because I thought that was additional armor.
Oh, you gotta do that first. You gotta freeze them. You gotta freeze them, and then you gotta punch them, and then that's how you get the rock. Which is why, as I said, I've got a, like a police build, because my build is literally based on freezing everything. And then, of course, like, just running up and punching, like, the small guys, just so I can get extra armor. So his first, his other ability is, of course, the wall, which you can move, which is awesome.
And the nice thing to notice about Atlas Prime compared to regular Atlas is the difference in the walls.
Yeah, it's not just the difference in the walls as well. Like if you bring up your wall, like it's got a bit of the Prime feature because it looks like it's come out of the ground instead of my one looks like it's come deep within the earth, whilst your one looks like thing. Why is he just punching that? But anyway, it's not the only change that happens with between the two, because if you remember the rock golems.
Oh yeah. They're a lot taller too.
No, that's due to strength.
Oh.
They actually become bigger depending on their strength.
But yeah, I'd say as well, this is what makes him a 4 as well, is because he can always have additional backup.
Yeah, so like he's not.
And these things do a lot of damage, and they're capable of taking the heat.
Yeah, which is the only good thing. But then again, if you actually want them to properly take the heat, you need the augment mod, which gives you one big boy who like pisses everyone off.
Big boy.
But the reason why he's 4 and not like more of a 1 is purely on the fact that if you want armor, you've got to be able to use just about all of your abilities. Banshee, she is. Oof, I'd say she's more in the fucking end area because she's not easy one to use. Like when you first get her, you will die a lot with her. Since the main thing that you have to remember is that she is very glassy. So I'm gonna say she's more of a 7 out of 10, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair ranking, because I remember like leveling her up, it was a case of defend me, please.
Yeah, and the good thing is she can like her abilities are quite defensive, which are quite nice. Like you can easily push people away. And then you've got your main one that should always be used because it just always helps hit like extra damage when you hit the glowing parts. And of course I've got my build, so every time I hit it, it kind of like refreshes the blast to whatever duration I have left. And then one that really helps her kind of get away from enemies is her third, because it kind of deafens everyone for a while, and it makes all of your weapons suppressed.
Yeah.
Like, you've really got to be able to utilize her abilities to properly use her. And then, of course, you have her fourth ability, which everyone who's played the game and everyone who's played with a Banshee player knows this one ability, and that is literally a get the hell out of my sights.
So get away!
And it's rather, you use this to try and kill as many people as possible, or you activate this ability with enough efficiency and energy to go downstairs, make a cup of tea, come back upstairs, and like pick up from where you left off. It's basically some breathing room that you can make you and your allies. Is Baruch. Now that you don't like the look of Baruch.
For the most part, no.
But to be perfectly honest, when it comes to Baruch's abilities, like, I fucking adore him. Like, he is supposed to be just a flat-out passive kind of frame. And he actually does show off being a passive frame.
Like, see, you've made your Baruch look nice.
Hmm. Like, it's taken me a while to get these kind of color schemes, but yeah. Because, like, with using Baruch, though, I will have to say he's more in the 8.
Oh, okay.
Because he's not entirely... Because if you want to use his abilities to kill people, you're going to need to use his abilities in order to do it correctly. Like, for example, his first ability, it's a good ability, because as long as I am not attacking, everything will phase through me.
Wow. That could be really good for spy missions.
Like, if you just look at this. I'm literally just standing here as everyone's attacking me, and I'm not taking a single hit because I'm not attacking. If I was to attack, my health will drop.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it does take up a lot of energy to get up thing. And then, of course, you have your next ability, which will kind of put enemies to sleep. It slows enemies down and puts them to sleep. for a couple of seconds, so you can make some breathing room, because this is all passive. The next one, which I can't quite show because I keep bringing up melee people, is the knives. The knives disarm people, and also they're just going to instantly die from these knives as well. But they're supposed to, like, disarm all guns and all that kind of stuff. And also you can, like, stand next to your allies and give them knives as well.
Knives!
But to be perfectly honest, the reason why you want to use all these abilities, and the reason why he is an 8, is because it's all a build-up to your 4th ability, which is, like, kickboxing, which is insane, and I can't quite show it too well, but, like, yeah. It's very strong, and it's very good to use, because it pushes people back with impact, and it does lots of damage as well. But it does have to be charged, and the longer you're using it for, the quicker the charge will go down, which is why my entire ability is... Well, my entire build, it's taken me a while to get this build correctly, is just all about spamming my abilities as much as possible to keep that thing from going all the way down, because he's survivability-wise good, fucking amazing, but you've really got to think, like, if I was to attack now, I'm going to get hit by everything, sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Like, whilst you could, like, easily disarm everyone with these knives, you'd still have to deal with everyone literally running at you to punch you in the face. Actually, no, I wouldn't say he's an 8. I'd say more of 6 or 7.
Yeah, I'd say based off the way you described him, 8 is still a pretty advanced frame.
Like, you're mainly going to want to use his exalted weapons, which are hell fun to use. Especially the sliding attack. Check this out. This sliding attack's fucking immense.
Oh wow. And next on to Chroma.
Yes.
What would you rank Chroma? Because I'd say he's a medium difficulty frame, so I'd say he's about a 6.
Yeah, I'd say he's around about a 6. Because, like, he does seem very easy to use, and then you realise how much you need to use his abilities, because you can't just work on the one.
Especially considering the fact that, like, before they nerfed Chroma, he was an Eidolon killer.
Oh yeah, definitely. He could fucking slaughter anything he wanted within, like, a blink of an eye just by thinking about it.
It's like, you know, while I'd say his first is great as well, obviously, obviously because of, like, we have different... Wait, they've changed the effects on the thing as well, depending on your energy colour too, look. Because mine does electrical damage now, look.
Yeah, and if you look at where I'm hitting, it's ice.
Oh, that's a nice little detail they've added.
Yeah, they've actually changed it, because if you remember, I'm always using an ice build on my Chroma just for the extra armour, because I actually feel the armour on Chroma when you actually add it on. Because, oh yeah, that's another thing about Chroma, which is very unique to him, is the fact that energy colour actually matters with him.
Yeah, overall, it's like, while his first ability is, like, very good, at the same time, it's, like, probably his least effective.
Yeah.
Alright, his second, Elemental Wall, depending on what it does, obviously changes. As you can see, I've just given you... I have given myself additional shielding.
Yeah, and because I use ice, it's additional armor.
And then what is it?
Why does the fucking the the butchers seem to be constantly going down in numbers?
Yeah, I've noticed that.
There we go. We've got 19 of them now.
Yeah. Because what is it? I can't remember what corrosive does either. Corrosive is more damage, isn't it? And then fire is more
corrosive, no, corrosive is, I think, was reload speed and all that kind of stuff for the passive. Like, it's more towards utility.
And then his, what does Vex Armor do, isn't it? It's to do with putting more damage, isn't it?
Oh, here's Vex Armor, I remember that one. Basically, if you go down and get hit, you should start getting numbers.
Scorn.
Yeah, first your shield will go, then your armor, well, then your health will start dropping. The shield, if I'm correct, the shield adds more armor to you,
And then obviously, you know, you've got an immensely good crowd control one with his fourth ability.
Yeah, and the more your health gets hit, the more damage output you have. Which I've just realised something. Are we literally just, like, getting stuff off of ourselves?
Where did everyone go?
I think you killed them all just by summoning that guy. I am only summoning level 20s, so it's easier to fucking show, but my god, they vanished.
Just deleted.
The only reason why, like, his fourth is good, but at the same time, if you remember, it, like, reduces the amount of armor you have.
And not to mention the drain is a bit high.
My drain isn't terrible, but then again, when you need to constantly reactivate your second and third ability, that's when it starts, like, draining even more.
Yeah, that's mainly what I meant, to be honest. But instant 10 because of how much they change her.
I'd say more of a 9 than a fucking 10, to be honest, because she's not that hard to use. Like, she never has been very hard to use. The only thing that makes her fucking difficult is the fact that the amount of times they have completely changed how she works.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that I was gonna say, that was mainly the joke I was going for. It's not okay, so she's a hard one to use. It's just how much they bloody rework her makes her a damn joke.
Yeah, because, like, you get one build, you're finally done with that build, you love the build, and then they rework it, and then you need to get used to a completely different build, which sometimes is very annoying, because if you form her a few times for one build, and they change her, you can't really rely on her staying as she is, because they're probably going to change her later as well.
Because they've changed her how many times now? 3 or 4?
Yeah, I'd say 3 or 4 times.
Because like I can remember there's been 2 since I done it. Because obviously, the main change now is to her
Fourth. It's not just her
Wait,
fourth though. It's she's also got a new like passive as well, if I'm correct.
But like in all seriousness, if we're being like a thing with her for the builds, like when you do get used to them, is like she's like a 3.
Yeah, she's easy to use. You just can't rely on her staying as she is.
Because obviously, you know, her first is a very basic standard Warframe of the.
Just a fireball.
And the thing is now with that, it stacks. If you
Oh,
spam
you
it,
can
it
hold
doesn't
it.
damage.
No, you can hold it down and you can charge her first ability.
And you can get it to do 8 times the damage.
You can either spam it or you can just straight up fucking charge, which is insane.
And her second ability is Immolation, which I just believe makes her do. Which I believe you do just damage by being near people.
I think it's... Oh no, it's a heat build-up. Like if you look just above your ammo,
Oh yeah.
like we've got a new bar that's there, like that's a new heat build-up. Like if you were to activate any of your abilities to like burn people, like it actually just resets it, sort of a thing. And if I'm correct, if you kill people... No, wait. No, it's just a genuine slow heat build-up.
I think it's meant to work in correlation with your second ability, with your third ability in particular.
Yeah, probably. Like, I've just spawned in more guys so we can test that out. That just reset. I can't remember how to get it to build up apart from just let it fucking go.
I'm just spamming the fuck out of my first.
Is it working?
Yes, it's rising immensely quick.
Oh, and it is as well. What was if you charge it up and then shoot? Ooh! Charge it up and just hold it on charge. I'm about to be on 100%, so I don't know if that's going to blow me up or something. Oh no, it only maxes out at 90%.
And then obviously her fourth has completely
Which is...
changed.
Yeah, that's the main thing that's, like, always changing on how it works.
I was gonna say, because it used to be called World on Fire.
Yeah, and now it literally is just summoning meteors.
How would you rank Equinox? Obviously you're more the Equinox Pro here than me.
Equinox, to get used to Equinox, because I, like, low level is very easy to use, so, like, you won't like find any issues. But when it comes up to like later game, she starts becoming quite hard because then you have to like start thinking about all of your abilities. Because like you can go quite far with just the one ability. Now it is her fourth, because the first one, of course, just changes her from like day to night, and that changes the other 3 abilities' effects.
Yeah, that's obviously another thing as well. Is like how different it changes.
Yeah, because the day form will deal damage, whilst the night form will just straight up give you health. Like the day form, you target an enemy with your second. Let me just rework because I needed to make sure if I was on day or night because my thing is quite hard to tell. Okay, so this symbol is night. Okay, so your first, of course, is literally just thing. And did you just kill everyone? Yes, you did. Yeah, like
I forgot
he'll rinse through the fucking people.
I forgot I had Deathy Boy on. I'll stick to woman for now.
Yeah, the for day form is you affect one guy and it'll affect like somebody next to him, and that'll just help you deal more damage to them. Your second ability for day form, well, your third ability for day form, will increase yours and your allies' power strength, so you can increase your power strength even more. So it's very good support. And then, of course, the fourth for day form is straight up slash damage within a certain proximity of everyone. And the best part about it is the more people that die within your range, the more it stacks up the damage. So when you have like one tanky boy who is not dying, you activate it again and you outburst all of that damage in one go.
Of course, male form is typically just seen as Kilwinox.
Yes.
And then the night form is seen as Sleepwinox.
Yes. Well, Sleepwinox and like Healwinox, depending. Like if you want to be death from above or fucking support.
Slapwinox.
The first, whilst the day form will affect your allies, the night form will affect your enemies more often. Like it'll put people to sleep for your first ability. I'm gonna call her second ability her first ability because her first ability literally just changes, like which form you're in. And then her second one would be, depending on the enemies. If I'm correct, it slows the enemies down that are in her range, or does something to the enemies, but I can't remember what. Does it matter on the damage that we take? I think it matters on the damage we take. See, like, I don't know if it's just me or they actually seem like they're getting a bit slower.
No, I think they definitely are.
Yeah. Like, she'll just get them to go slower, and the more enemies that are in her range, like, the quicker it will drain her thing. And then, of course, her fourth will not kill. Her fourth does not kill. In fact, her fourth is literally so everyone who dies within her range will start stacking up like how the damage, like the day form's damage does, but instead of damaging, it'll heal your allies within your range. Yeah, Excalibur-wise, I'd say Excalibur's more of a, it's more of a fucking 2.
Frame.
He's like a 2 out of 10. He's like a very, very easy frame to use, and a very overkill frame as well.
Not as much now, but at the same time, like, still very much so.
It's like they've given him nerfs that don't work entirely. Like, it's like, right, let's lower the amount of damage, and then they go like, wait, too low, bring him back, and then it's like, wait, too high, then they fucking nerf him again, too low, too high, too low. They can't, like, he's a frame that even the developers seem to, like, not be able to balance properly. Since his first ability literally is he'll just charge forwards and hit somebody with his Excalibur blade.
And then obviously, I'll show off my one first, because mine is different to yours. Mine is radial blind, where I use my sword. And then Umbra's is a howl instead.
Yeah, my one's a howl where I literally scream into the fucking thing and it like blinds people. Hilarious.
And then obviously our third is exactly the same, just... And then obviously there is a tiny bit of a difference in our fourths, but it's just down to cosmetics really.
Yeah, my one definitely is. My one's definitely down to cosmetic. It's like, I literally have a sword.
Skin.
Yeah, mine actually is a full skin, whilst your one is... Oh no, actually your one's full skin as well.
Oh, that's a new thing they've had as well, because it just used to be an energy blade.
Yeah, it used to be just flat out energy, and now it seems to have like a solid like interior, if you can see your one.
Yeah.
And this is why he is overkill, is because of this one ability. It's just insanely powerful. Yeah, done.
It's like a chromatic blade, isn't it? You can just heal.
It's chromatic blade, and then it's something else as well.
Healing return, isn't it, or something like that?
Yes, healing return, because chromatic blade changes it to thing. Because like getting him to like the power that I've got him is you've got to do a lot of work to get it to this point. But once you get him to this point, he is probably one of the best and one of the easiest frames to just get a hold of.
Of course, then show the difference between Excalibur and Umbra if he decides to move.
Actually, if I call in somebody, he might just go and hunt them down for me. Yeah, there we go. Oh my god, he just annihilated people halfway across the map.
But Frost is another easy one, I'd say, to be honest.
Yeah, Frost is quite an easy one because he's quite tanky as well.
I do love how I made my little Frost look, though.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the new helmet that I got for my one.
Oh, that is nice, actually. I was going to say, I'm not going to lie, I copied a YouTuber I watch.
Fair enough. I saw this helmet and went like, that helmet looks dank.
Right, Rhino. Frost, I would say, is like a 2, again.
Yeah, I'd say about like 2 or 3, to be honest. Because whilst he is easy to use, like, he can't really be used in everything, because he's mainly a defensive frame.
True.
Like, I'm going to change out the butchers now to just bring out some lancers, because they're small damage. Yeah, we'll bring out the acid lancers. There we go. And just bring out some lancers who shoot, because this will show his abilities off a little bit more. Like, he's also very tanky with health and armor-wise, which is really nice for him. His first ability is similar to Ember's, which is Ember's got fire, Frost is literally the ice. Turning people into icicles is just hilarious.
But if they take long enough, it does freeze people.
Yeah. And then, of course, you've got your Ice Spike, which I think is still a cone. Yeah, it's still a cone shape. So it starts off small and then spreads out a lot more.
His third is Bubble.
Yeah, his third is his, like, snow globe. His bubble.
Which, if a lot of people don't know, is if you shoot it from the outside, it explodes and deals an AoE damage.
Oh, with your first ability. Okay.
Yeah, like if you.
I just started shooting it with my gun, going like, it doesn't explode. I didn't know about that, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it's a very like a helpful one.
Yeah, because it's also good because you can use this on the like places that you are defending. Can you explode it from the inside? No, you have to be on the outside. Can I blow yours up? I cannot. This sucks. Next is Garrett, which is a frame that you've known a lot more about than I do, to be honest.
Gara pre-nerf was a god at defense.
That is true.
Like now, I'd still say she's a pretty easy to use frame. But I consider her a bit of 4. Obviously, because of Splinter Storm and like that can be somewhat hard to understand.
Yeah, I'm just like using her abilities at the moment just to mainly like figure out like what the fuck they are.
But no, her first is the typical Warframe shooter, you know, ranged projectile
like,
attack.
Yeah, but if you hold it down, Yeah, if you hold it down for an attack, it does like a scythe kind of a thing.
The second one, which is Splinter Armor, as you've got on me, this gives additional armor to your friends, which if you put it on foes, it slowly damages them. This one, which is Spectrogram, this encases enemies in broken glass, and as they shoot them and break them, it does damage to them. So this one's a really good one if you put this around an objective, because it confuses enemies.
Yeah.
And then obviously you have fourth, which is very different now, which is Bass Metrify.
Yeah, which you could choose how long you want to fucking, like, extend it out for, which is hilarious.
Because this before didn't actually used to be based on health. This used to be based on a timer.
Yeah. And I'll show now what happens as well, because a new thing that's happening with it is it now has a segments which have health.
Yeah, you can... Well, I was going to say, do you know, well, yeah, let a few enemies break it first, and then we'll show off the fact that we can basically do a frost to it.
I can't destroy my own shield. But yeah, like, believe it or not, it does fragment. Like, I don't think we're going to wait here all the fucking time for this thing to explode.
So then you can combine her first with her fourth in the following way.
Which is still an insane way on, like, crowd clearing.
Oh, it is an immense area. Of course, the best thing to show though is the fact that you can freeze people with a fourth. Garuda is next for me.
Garuda, yeah, another frame that I have used very little of.
Oh, and of course, take off your melee weapon.
Yeah, I don't have melee weapon on anyway. I literally just have my melee. I mainly just have my secondary anyway.
Mainly just because of the fact that, you know.
Yeah, she has her own fucking claws, which is amazing.
But no, because of her survivability, I would personally say that she is like a... what? She's like a 2 or 3.
Yeah, because
so
like your foot... Oh god, what does this do?
But that acts as a shield, where the more that, like if I show you now, you grip an enemy, you get a shield, you can charge it.
How do you charge
using
it?
your energy by holding X, and it acts as a projectile to throw out.
Oh! Oh, this is how people do that.
The second ability is Blood Altar, which, as long as you stay in the circle, you will be healed. The third, obviously, is Bloodletting, which you sacrifice your own health for energy. The main problem is you can see where she becomes busted with this.
What am I doing? I just started using her fourth. I don't know what it's doing.
Seeking Talons, once you release it, just lets out a flurry of noise everywhere that this seeks out enemies, does slashing damage.
Oh, that's dank.
No, it's like, obviously, as you can see here, look, the health I've already gained back.
Yeah.
Do you see why I'd say she's a very easy frame to use?
Yeah, because like she's very like self-reliant sort of a thing. She doesn't quite need to worry about other people.
And her actual talons do a hell of a lot of damage.
That is true. Right, so what does, like, you said it sacrifices my health, but what exactly does it do while sacrificing my health?
Bloodletting, if you actually just like waste energy by spamming your fourth.
Oh.
And then do it. It gives you back energy.
Yeah, she's a very self-reliant fucking frame.